with the house rules all done, let me pass the floor to our Madam President Patricia Yap to start the meeting.
Thank you, Alif, our SAA. Today, he is also act as a speech evaluator for Duncan, so I am excited. We want to welcome each and every one of you into our meeting, Power of Courage. But before I kickstart the meeting, it's an honor for me to welcome our guests today. We have a number of guests from near and far. I want to welcome on my screen our regular guest, Jeffrey Tan. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we also want to welcome our guest all the way from Bangkok Area Director, Yanika. Yes, happy belated birthday. In fact, she just celebrated her birthday, but she still came in. So we are very honored and very happy to have you. And on top of that, it's also my honor to welcome our potential members who actually already kind of joined us in spirit. So I want to spotlight DTM Lai Kok Fook. Thank you so much. From District 87, he was also the immediate past Division E Director. Thank you so much for your support to us. And we certainly are considering you part of us already. And I also want to take this opportunity to highlight Shen Cheng from District 67 from Taiwan. Thank you, Patsy, for introducing Shan to be one of us. And we are so happy that you are here with us. Yay! Now, I would also like to welcome our past president of Tiger Toastmasters Club, Munira. She has also decided to join this big family. So I'm very excited. I'm sure all the members are equally excited at the same time. I want to applaud all of us for embracing the power of courage. In fact, for the past week has been very eventful. We just had our club contest on Saturday, and we were so much more inspired by all our members. We have 8 international speech contestants, including Deanna, who is here with us. And of course, some of us who can compete, we were all here. At the same time, I also want to applaud all of us who were there to support the contestants. We also have 9 evaluation contestants, which was great. In fact, I probably think this is the biggest in our division for sure, in terms of the number of contestants. I want to thank all of you for really showing up, showing us the power of courage, because it's never easy to be out front and to be judged. While saying this, the biggest embracer who decided to take on this bull by the horn, of course, is our Arifa. Now, Arifa is actually an MBA student. She also juggles with work, life, and Toastmasters. At present, she is actually the area director P3. She's also serving in other clubs as well. So Arifa, I certainly see the courage in you all the time. Regardless of your busyness, you still allow yourself to be challenged, right? This is really the power of courage. So because of this, I'm looking forward to your great session. So I'm going to hand the control over to Arifa, who is none other than a very young Toastmaster, but she certainly took the bull by its horn. Ladies and gentlemen, and folks, and let us give a big round of applause to welcome Arifa, our Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Arifa.
Thank you, President, distinguished Toastmaster Patricia, for the well praises for me. Makes me feel shy about it. The reason why I choose the power of courage is throughout my whole life, I realized that I'm such a coward. And by joining Toastmaster, I met a lot of, I would say, seniors, fellow Toastmaster that give me the belief and some challenge, so that I can say that I took a leap of faith in their own courage for me to be, the courage transferred to me. Hence, I have the courage to try everything that I wish I could. So slowly but surely, just like today, I'm the Toastmaster of the day. However, perhaps there are much more improvement that I should I should lead in regards of this session. So bear with me. So let me share with you in regards of how Toastmasters actually came about. So it's actually started by this young gentleman, roughly, I mean, Mr. Smedley, at Santa Ana, California, April, 1924. And how does how does Advanced Arden come about? It's actually on 14 June 2021. I think it's during COVID. So in regards of that, all of us today are taking our courage to make sure that every decision. I just want to say that every decision that we make is come from our courage to take on the consequences of what will happen in regards of the choices that we make. So congratulations to our role player who have the courage to take on their responsibilities to ensure that our meeting will run smoothly. Allow me to invite our grammarian, distinguished Patricia, distinguished Toastmaster Patricia, to actually bring us how your role will actually benefited us for this this afternoon. Over to
My
you.
role as a grammarian plus counter is actually to practice my own active listening skills. So some of the things I'll be doing is I'll be listening attentively to all of your speeches. At the same time, I'll be picking up the R's and M's and so-called the non-lexical or the non-lexical words. On top of that, I'm also honored to introduce the word of the day, which is valor. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, but if you want to check me out, you can always put valor and then you can click the little sound button on your phone, then you will know how it is pronounced. It's a beautiful word. The definition simply means courage. Thank you so much. And I do want all of us to practice valor as we show up, express ourselves in today's meeting, knowing that we will not be judged. Thank you. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Patricia. Now allow me to invite our timer, our Toastmaster Patsy Wu, to Patsy, you're muted.
Oh, okay. In Calgary now it's 9:40 in the evening. I'm happy to serve you as a timer and enjoy your speech. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Rolex. Now it's the time where we all been waiting for, a person who actually will tell us part of his story. He had 5 to 7 minutes where this speech will be evaluated in regards of the effective body language. So I would like to invite his evaluator, Alif, to read out the purpose statement.
Okay, that's a first for our club, but for Duncan today, I'm going to look into your body gestures, and the purpose of your statement is to highlight and improve on the use of your body language. I see that you are setting up for a very good space for body language. So good luck, Duncan.
All right. With that, allow me to welcome Duncan Bar. It might never happen. It might never happen, Duncan Bar.
Give me just a few seconds to set up my stage, please. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to talk to you today about an existential threat to the human race. I thought that would capture your attention. Now, how many of you are worried about climate change? Put your hands up. See a show of hands. Oh, we have a few hands going up there. You are not alone. According to a recent study in The Lancet, a leading medical journal, 84% of young people, that's people between the ages of 16 and 25, consider themselves to be at least moderately worried about climate change. And more than half of them, they are so worried it affects their daily lives. And many of them are so anxious, they're so concerned, they're even considering not bringing any children into the world. Now that's pretty serious, because if we all stopped having children, the human race would pretty soon die out. Now, I'm not saying don't worry about climate change. I think we should. But we need to be rational about this, and we need to consider it and respond to it in a proportionate manner. Because I believe there's an even more serious and immediate threat to our very existence. And that is this stuff. Yes, plastic, or rather microplastic. The United Nations has identified what it calls the 8th continent. This is an island of plastic waste that's floating around in the Central Pacific. And it's 6 times the size of the United Kingdom. It's huge. And this plastic, as it breaks down, it forms tiny, tiny, tiny particles, thousands of a millimeter thick. And these little tiny particles of microplastic, they go into the water. They get gobbled up by the fish. It also goes into the air, lands on the ground, goes into the soil, is taken up by the plants, which we eat, and the animals that we eat. A lot of it, therefore, goes into us. The United Nations has rightfully identified it as a major threat to human health. A recent study in the journal Human Reproductive Updates has pointed the finger fairly and squarely at microplastic as a major impact on human fertility, in particular, male fertility. According to the authors of this study, since 1973, sperm counts have more than halved globally. And the rate of decrease in sperm counts, it's not decreasing. If anything, it's speeding up. This is pretty serious, because we can end up going extinct long before climate change has burned us all to a crisp. Another study recently published in the American Journal of Men's Health just last year, although they say that there haven't been many studies performed on humans, there have been lots of studies performed on animals. And these studies, what they indicate is that there's a threshold of microplastic beyond which there's a serious impact on fertility. And they believe that that impact, that threshold, is about to be reached in Japan and South Korea. This really is very alarming. So what to do about it? In the famous words of Dad's Army's Corporal Jones, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic! No, don't panic, because we've been here before. We have faced down similar threats and we've overcome them through regulation and collective action. One that comes to mind is the ozone layer. The degradation of the ozone layer, the ozone layer hole, as it was called. This was identified back in the 1970s as a major threat to human health, particularly in the southern hemisphere, where it was most pronounced. Thankfully, through collective action, we got the environmental program of the United Nations. They came up with the 1987 Montreal Protocol. What this did was it got governments all around the world to commit to reducing ODSs, that's ozone depleting substances, the most famous of which is Freon, which used to go into our fridges and our air conditioning systems. You won't see them in those appliances anymore. We overcame that problem. When my little brother was about 9 years old, he got really worried when one of his friends said to him, there's going to be a nuclear war. We're all going to die out. He got very anxious about this. But fortunately, he spoke to his mum, who said to him, don't worry. When I was a little girl, I thought the Nazis were going to invade England. But my mum said to me, don't worry unnecessarily. They haven't invaded yet, and they may never do. It might never happen. And it didn't. So that's my message to you today. If you feel the anxiety of climate change, microplastic, or anything, whatever, don't worry about it. We've been there before. We can overcome these, and I'm sure we will do in the future. And remember, it might never happen. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you. Thank you, Duncan. Now, allow me to invite our evaluator for Duncan, Toastmaster Alif.
Thank you, our Toastmaster of the Day, Arifah. Duncan, let me give you some time to realign your screens again, your camera again. Duncan, I like your speech today about climate change. I would like to simplify it as 2 words: climate change, or climate anxiety, as they call it nowadays. And I do agree with the first remarks towards in this. As a young person, I agree with you. Most of my friends also doesn't want children, but not because of climate anxiety I want to act. It's because of the good old greenback money. Everything's too expensive nowadays. Now, your speech type project, your speech, the purpose statement is for body language. And I do agree that you have fulfilled that body language requirement. I've seen that, I seen that you have used your body language very well, which is, for me, using body language throughout every part of your speech is very tiring, I could say. But you have done that very well. And I like to give you a wonderful effort for your valor for doing things that is beyond your comfort zone. Now, although your body language is excellent, I want to give you a few examples how to enhance your body language for this speech in particular. For example, for your speech, for your body language, I've seen that it's all, let me stand up let me show you. It's all revolving in the bottom part of the screen. But you have a bit more space here, So my suggestion is for you to put the camera a bit lower so that you have the space to go down. Not just, you can put the camera face up, not just chest up. It gives more face space because your body language tends to be on the lower side of the screen. Also, your speech can be improved a bit more because you have pauses between sentences, Duncan. But you can enhance your audience engagement by putting pauses between topics. Let the people digest the topic between ozone layers, plastic, and all those things. People can it will engage the people more. For me, it will engage the people more, the audience more, if you pauses between topics, between your points. All in all, that's all that's all the things that I would like to get improvement in your speech. Your speech was very excellent, and it gave me trouble in evaluating speech because it was an excellent speech, and I hope to hear you speak more and more. And just a small joke, when you were showing the Man United t-shirt, I thought climate change draft Man United playing badly these past few years. Well said and done. Back to you, Arifa. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Alif, for a wonderful evaluation. Now it's time for us to test our valor. I suppose it's also meant bravery, heroic, courage. So having that being said, this is a session where we have 2 minutes to talk about the topic that given. We need to think on our feet. Allow me to invite our table topic master of today, Toastmaster Lo Chui Ping. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Arifa. Now, before I start the table topics session, I would like to encourage who is brave enough to volunteer for the table topics. I need 5. Please put your names in the chat box, and I will share screen about our team today, the power of courage. Right, let's share screen. Power of courage, and that is it on presentation mode now? Do you see it? Or
It's loading, but
slow?
it's on the way.
It's on the way. Okay. So, internet is slow, right? Am I frozen? Ooh.
No, but the screen's not on, turning on. It's not, you're not screen sharing.
Well, it says you have started to screen share.
Oh, okay.
It
Now,
might be stuck.
Can you close it and start again?
all right. Okay, and then share again. Okay. Right.
Okay. Now okay.
Now it's okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, power of courage. What is power of courage? It's the quality of mind or spirit that enables a person to face difficulty, danger, pain, etc. without fear. It is not about the absence of fear. And while we manage and overcome our fear, we prioritize a greater objective, guided by our personal values and a commitment to growth and greater good. So today's topics, I have 6 topics. So I would like to have volunteer number 1. Please shout out your name. Who's
Is
got that?
Alicia?
She's on call. I can go first.
Okay, we can go with Jeffrey first.
Jeffrey,
Oh.
okay. Which number do you want?
Number 3.
Number 3. Okay, now it's how do I? Whew, gosh, Rena, I'm having a little bit of technical things here. Woo, okay, number 3. Okay, Jeffrey, standing up for a friend in need. How would you stand up for a friend in need? How would you stand up for a friend in need, Jeffrey? The stage is yours.
How would I stand up in a friend in need? Nowadays, friends come in many kind of forms. Can be a very good friend to you, and can be a very bad friend to you. For myself, I have a friend. In one kind of form that she is maybe in depression. So what we will do is we will give a moral support, and being a guy that she just break up with her boyfriend, she need a pat on the shoulder. So it's so it's not easy. So sometimes listening, active listening skill comes in as a Toastmaster to listen well what she really need in hard times. So I believe if we are enthusiastic to listen to her in what she needs in her life, so it can make her life better. And on top of that, still, sometimes the friend just need a simple meal. For example, I just lose job, and then he just said, "Can you give me a simple meal for today?" A meal is no problem, because we can see his sincerity. Said, yeah, he just want to move on with life, and then we just give a helping hand, and then of course, being a Buddhist, I also joined volunteerism in Buddhist Mahavihara. And I also see that a lot of people need blood donation. I also donate blood recently to help those people in need. A friend can be anyone. He can be even your stranger. We just donate what we can. So that's it. Thank you very much. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Jeffrey. And now Alicia is the next person. Right. Can I know which question would you like to have, Alicia?
Can I take number 5, please?
Number 5. Okay. Number 5 is overcoming addiction. Did you have an addiction which you have successfully overcome? Did you have an addiction which you have successfully overcome, Alicia? Over to you.
Table Topics Master, ladies and gentlemen, I have many addictions in life. Let's start with the first one. Burgers and fries at Macca's. That's the first and most important one. The pizza, of course. We've all got an addiction to pizza. I've got the biggest addiction to pizza. In fact, yesterday I had Henny Penny, today I had Macca's, and tonight I'm having a pizza. But I think my greatest addiction, and the one I'll never, ever, ever, ever get over, is this one. This is my boyfriend, Peter. Of course, I'm never going to get over Peter. He is like the man of all men. He's the star from Tonga, the kingdom of Tonga. And the best part of my addiction is I don't even have to pay for anything. This is like one of those great addictions where I can just sit on the internet, surf, and just go, Peter, Tongan athlete. And the best part, I can just stare at him all day. Now, this is not a great addiction to have because, I mean, look at his body. It's very oily. It's very coconutty. It's very, very, sparkly and shiny. But what an addiction I can have, because think about it. This is the addiction that all women would love to have. The perfect man, the perfect husband, the perfect life. But I think my addiction is about to break because I think I'm going to find a proper man in my life. I think I'm going to find myself a husband somewhere, hopefully in Newcastle. So forget all my other addictions, especially forget my addiction of Macca's, forget my addiction of the pizza. I think my greatest addiction is this one, and I don't think I'm going to get over it unless I get married. Put that back to you, Chui Ping. Will I get married? And will I get married to Peter?
Thank you, Alicia. That was fantastic and really humorous. And next, can I have Diana? Diana, which number
Yes.
would you have?
Check number 2.
2. All right. Number 2, advocating social justice. If inequality and oppression irks you, give us an example and tell us how you would attempt to reduce it. If inequality and oppression irks you, give us an example and tell us how you would attempt to reduce it. Diana.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. It's such a very deep question to attempt to. And as an advocate myself, I believe in equality. But sometimes, in terms of gender bias, people tend to think women want to be equal to men in everything. But rather, we would just want to be treated equally in terms of brilliance, the way of using the brain. Because all of us, let's face it, is equally able to learn, able to voice our opinions, and definitely have the right to say something in the world. A very simple example is in at the workplace, and if you all know that in IT world, like I'm in, it's still a man's world. No matter how good you could at your job, at some point, your opinion somehow will overridden by another man mentioning the same solution. I've experienced it myself, and what I did is just to be outspoken about things. If I think this is right, I'm just gonna say it at the get-go. So do I believe in equality? Yes, especially in terms of brilliance. Especially men supposed to be stronger, but how often you see women carry a lot of burden on their shoulder. So in terms of strength, I think women can equal men these days. But in terms of brilliance, we should be treated equally. Let's face it, we have many female CEO these days. So it's already proven. Let's just continue the tradition. So I believe in equality, and I've spoken about it. I'm going to continue to do the same for the rest of my life. So thank you. Back to you, the Topics Master.
Thank you, Diana. Wow, that was absolutely brilliant. And now let us have our 4th table topic speaker, Kimberly. Kimberly, which number would you like?
What are the numbers available now?
1 and I think 6. 1 and 6.
Okay, I'll take the number 1 then.
Okay, number 1. Number 1 is workplace harassment. Whoops. Would you do something about it? And then how would you tackle it? Workplace harassment. Would you do something about it? If so, please share how you would tackle it. Kimberly. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think that is a tall order for me as I am brand new at Toastmasters, but I'm going to give it my wildest shot. First of all, I have not been in the workforce for the last number of years. And however, if I do encounter workplace harassment, the first thing I would tell myself is to stay calm. Staying calm allows me then to think of how to look at things from the harasser's perspective as to why he or she would even begin to do things like that at our common workplace. And at the root of it all, I dare say one of our human pitfalls is we do hurting things onto others because we are hurting ourselves deep inside. That is one of the best things I have learned in the last few years in terms of handling people who hurt me. In this case, people who harass me at my workplace. As to how I am about to handle it, I would sit down with the harasser one day at my own initiative, asking him or her for a cup of tea, and I would share perhaps what the effect has been on me in terms of how anxious and how fearful he or she has made me with his or her with his or her harassment at that place. And I would then offer a listening ear as to why that person chooses to do that to me. From that bond, I hope to spread love and compassion to my harasser. And from that, I ultimately hope that he or she would realize his wrongdoing and would go about making a change. That will be a little strategy that comes to mind when I heard your asking how I would handle it if such a negative situation were to happen to me. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you, Kimberly. And I believe we have already run out of time for the table topic session, and I would like to hand control back to Toastmaster of the Day, Arifa.
Thank you, Chui Ping, for your wonderful session. Allow me to invite Toastmaster Sri Sin to deliver her report for table topic evaluation.
Thank you so much, our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Arifa. So first of all, congratulations and kudos to all the 4 speakers for your wonderful speeches. And I believe that everyone, we could enjoy your speeches. So now let's start from our Toastmaster Jeffrey, our speaker 1. He shared in his content, he shared about the active listening and just a simple meal. So yes, I believe that it is very simple answer also for everyone. So we could follow and catch it up. So you're really great in composing your ideas about it, like how a friend can be anyone. And in the conclusion also, like it was very simple. A friend can be anyone. So that's really great and good voice. Everybody can hear you loudly and clearly. So because like in public speaking, voice is very important. It needs to be, clear and loud, and you have that blessing. So congratulations on that. And here, one suggestion is, please put some emotion in your speech when you are speaking. Because when we speak with emotion, when we speak with heart and passion, it will be much more effective for the audience. And also you can, catch the audience heart by putting the emotion in your speech. So yeah, all in all, it was really amazing content. And of course, the voice also very clear and loud and good. And next is, please put some emotion when you speak. And next is our speaker 2, distinguished Toastmaster Alicia. What we can learn from her speech. So I really love this. The speech was very unique because of this. I will tell you. She talked about never, ever, ever. She said like this with, with the power. I feel the power in her voice. And also she said, perfect man, perfect husband, perfect life. forget blah blah blah, forget this, forget that. So she just used, you know, these kind of words, which is very powerful and effective. And we also should use those kind of like short and, you know, some words that is emphasizing, highlighting our message. So that's what I learned from her, and we all can learn from her when we deliver a speech like those kind of short and, you know, repeated, definitely bringing the value and meaning to our speech. So that's really amazing. And here, my humble suggestion is like, I really want to hear more and more, but the conclusion just finished. And I was like, what I want to say is like, please maybe make some more stronger and some more conclusion in the end, because we want to hear more, you know, we are just like hit it up like this in the middle, and the conclusion finished in a short time. So yeah, all in all, that's really amazing speech from our distinguished Toastmaster Alicia. Congratulations. And next is our third speaker. Is what I love is like in her speech, she gave us example for all of us. So that's a great technique. Whenever we share information or maybe anything, like we also need to give example or sometimes like our life story or experience. So she just make it very clear, this is the example, and then she share it. So that's amazing. And what I want to suggest is to use some body gestures, because body gestures also very important for our speech, which also like bring the meaning and value to our speech and make it, you know, better. So please put some body gestures. And our speaker four, the last but not the least, our speaker four, what I love in her speech is like the pace and the pauses. You know, she was like talking very calm voice to the audience, and we feel like, oh, this is very a cool speech because of her paces and pauses. So, and also next is the clarity of her language. The language is also like the simple is good. You know, the short sentences are good for a good public speaker. So she used that. She used that like the powerful pause and pauses, paces, and of course the clarity of her language. So congratulations. For the suggestion, like I couldn't see the video, maybe because of my connection or something. So yeah, all in all, today, every speaker, you did amazing, great job, and auspicious speeches, everyone. Keep it up and keep honing your public speaking skill with advanced #ArdentSpeakers. Thank you. Back to you, our Toastmaster of the day.
Wow, Toastmaster Swishin. So high in energy that I also being influenced with. So now everyone, our host, Toastmaster Alif, will actually launch a best table topic speaker for us to vote. So kindly vote for our best table topic speaker. Along with that, allow me to invite our grammarian and also our counter, DTM Patricia Yap, to deliver her report.
Very fast, it's my turn. My turn now to deliver the grammarian report. As a matter of fact, the word of the day, valor, I heard from some of you who have used it. Send your valor. So certainly from Aleph, from Arifa. While I'm still practicing my listening skills, Tripping has also used it once. Do forgive me if I didn't pick up the word from you. Okay, as far as the beautiful phrases are concerned, Duncan, immediate threat, I like that because I can feel the danger. 8th continent, microplastics. These are the words that I picked out, and it really sent me very strong message. Aleph, climate anxiety, I like this. Greenback money, using your valor, I like that. Thank you, Aleph. And Arifa, test your valor. Jeffrey, everyone is our friend. Alicia, perfect man, perfect husband, perfect life. Wow, try it, beautiful. And certainly from Kimberly, making a change. I like that. In fact, that can be a speech title. Thank you. For Suisin, many beautiful, strong verses that you used today. And now let's move to the grammarian report. For some of us who contributed to my business, Arifa, thank you so much for contributing the I count 1. And for Jeffrey, your favorite is I count 5, 1 And Alicia, yes, I count 1 Very difficult to catch from Alicia, actually. I finally made it. And Kimberly, you were clean. I wasn't able to detect any of the speech clutches. Suisin, thank you so much for being the biggest contributor today. You have the non-lexical one, you know. The you actually have 7. Thank you very much. Yeah, 1 and 1 2 times. But having said that, I know I also have some. And with this, I will continue to practice my active listening skills and hope to serve all of you better in the future. Sending a love to all of you who have used the word valor. If you have not, let us use the word valor today as we carry on our duty as a human being. All right, with this, I shall hand the control over to Toastmaster today, Arifa.
Thank you, Patricia. I would like to say is that to use a new word, for example, valor, it is also took such a great courage for us to try and test in creating a new sentences suitable for the sentence of valor, because usually we will use courage, we will use bravery, we will use heroic. So to use valor, it took a lot of creativity, and to test it out and tell to other people in regards of the words, it took us courage to get rid of the shyness, the embarrassment, and to use these new words, valor. So that's all I could say in regards of grammarian, and perhaps the way I construct it also need to be evaluated. Now, allow me to invite our timer, Patsy, to deliver her report. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. As a matter of fact, I just given all my electronic report I put in the chat box. Everyone, feel free to check out your record. And everybody was actually in time. That was within the time frame. Was excellent. I enjoyed it very much, especially lately. I found this a beautiful, amazing electronic device which can help me to time all the speeches in the same time. I enjoy your presentations. That's wonderful. Speaking of timer, you have to be courageous because sometimes it does involve multitasking. That's a meaning of valor, to be part of the team, to work with us, with all of you together. Back to our TME. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Patsy. I believe Alif relaunch the pool, and we may actually revote our best table topic speakers of the day. So this time is where we should give our feedbacks, the members and also guests. Allow me to pass this session and here on forward to our Madam President, Distinguished Toastmaster Patricia. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Arifa. With this, shall we all give Arifa a big virtual round of applause? Yay! And certainly we want to unmute ourselves. We want it to be recorded. All of us in unison says, thank you, Arifa. Let us do that in unison. On my count, 3, 2, 1. Thank you,
Arifa.
Yes, thank you so much for being very courageous. Certainly allow us to ponder upon the power of courage. We would like to certainly hear from some of our guests and members who weren't able to share with us just now. So my quick question is, what is the courage that you have embarked on today, or in your past, or in the future? It's a very short question. I want to find out how you have exercised your power of courage to something that you dare not do, either in the past, in the present, or in the future. So now let's start with our supposedly table topics number 5 speaker, Yanika. Yes, share with us something that you have overcome with the power of courage.
Thank you, Patricia. The courage that I had was to let go of friends who didn't mean much to me, letting go and finding out true friends, because later in life, you always know that you can't always be friends with everyone. It's time to find true friends. So that was my courage that I took as I embarked on my 30th birthday, that this is time to find my true friends.
Wow, very, very bold of you. And certainly this requires a sense of valor, because to let go is so against the human nature. Keep it up, Vanika. Yanika, we are so proud of you. Thank you. How about DTM Live? DTM Live, we would like to hear from you. What is, yes, the fear that you have overcome with the power of courage?
I think it was during last term when I was approached by 2 district directors to take up the role of the division directors. I was thinking either to stay at District 87 or go to District 102. Even some of my club members says, "Are you sure you want to go to another district?" Yet when I talked to my mentor, go ahead and challenge yourself. And with her words of encouragement, I go ahead. Even thoughts there are times I'm looking for her, she's missing, but when the time needed, I need the advice from her, she'll be there for me. And for me,
Wow.
taking the role in another district really have helped me in my learning and to see things differently and how things can be applied back in District 87. That's what my biggest leap I've taken.
Wow. Thank you for taking that leap of faith, just like the virtual background. Sean, what about you? What is the fear that you have overcome with the power of courage?
And for me, the power of courage recently is join this club. This club is the power of courage. Why? I joined the meeting for several times. I always understand about 15% understanding what you're talking. But I made my decision to join this club because I want to make better and better. Thank you very much.
Certainly. Even I took courage to join this club. Seriously, truth be told, because in an advanced club, things are different. But the most important thing is we are here to support you to advance in your character as well. So do not fear. We all are here to help each other to be better. Thank you so much, Sean, for the very important decision. Thank you. Serene, certainly I would like to hear how you exercise the power of courage to overcome so many challenging moments in your life, Serene. You know how much we love you. Thank you, Serene.
Hey, thank you so much, our President Pat. Okay, you are always making my day. Thank you so much for all your good words. Okay, the power of courage, I do agree. Many of us are having a lot of fear, and which fear is all unexpected. Especially all this came to you without your preparations, you know. So for me, yeah, as a Pat, she know me well about I've been conquered a lot of so-called fear. But however, today my topic I wanted to say is you know, to speak the truth is not easy at all. Do you all agree with me? All right, especially when, yes, thank you, Lai and Yanika and all your response, especially when we want to speak to someone who disagree with us or always have different mind or against us. This is the most challenging part, all right? So we always have the options. Either we continue to speak the truth or not to continue to speak the truth. However, here, I would like to say actually Toastmaster is helping me a lot. Whenever I hesitate whether I want to speak the truth or not, Toastmaster teaching us about you have to see who is your audience. Okay, so this is after I do a lot of exercises, then I one day my mind popped up that, not everyone can hear the truth. So in order for you to speak the truth really from your heart, you need a lot of courage. So for me, in the end, I make a decision. I still choose to speak the truth, regardless who you are. But my main purpose is making everyone to have the benefits or whatever I shared is all meant for good. So that's only my decision. And whether can take it or not, it's all up to individual. So this one is really need the courage to speak the truth. And thank you so much. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Couldn't agree more. Thank you, Savine. Thank you. Now we shall move on to our award presentation. Do stay back for a quick get together chat later on. And we shall now get Alif to get ready the screen. And I'm sure all of us wants to know who the best table topic speaker is. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Da 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 da. The power of courage. The best table topic speaker goes to Alicia Curtis. Woo!
Thank you.
So your men really work, and we love your multiple addictions. Okay, let's spotlight Alicia and myself. Thank you for being the best table topic speaker.
Great. So, all right. So I'm gonna count 1, 2. Have a beautiful smile. 3. Thank you. Well done. Thanks.
Thank you. And moving on, we also want to acknowledge all our role players, our Toastmaster of the day, Duncan, Arifar, Duncan, Alif, Chui Ping, Trisin, myself, and Patsy. Let us all get ourselves spotlighted and take a big family picture. Thank you for serving us wholeheartedly, always bringing so much value. Thank you.
Okay, are you ready? Yes. All right, have a beautiful smile for your Monday. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now we would like to invite everyone, if you are able to, please turn on your video. And certainly we want to keep this very memorable moment and record your attendance. Yes, now we will post a pose of courage, whatever that means to you. Whether it's show your bicep or show your love, pick that pose that really tell us your courage, that show us your courage. All right, so let's do that wholeheartedly. Please do that.
Okay.
I know it's going to be tough for
just hold it right there. I was like, embrace your beautiful Monday. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Very courageous. Thank you. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Patsy, I know you're also very courageous. So why don't you just quickly post our quick take shot? I'll take a quick shot. Patsy, 3, 2, 1, courage.
What?
Yeah. Please, we don't want to miss you.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
I
okay,
was there, right? Yeah, I was there.
Okay, good. Yeah. Now, Patsy is very courageous. I saw her Facebook. She just did a headstand with 2 of her hands. That was amazing. So if you don't know what headstand and all this is all about, please go to Patsy's Facebook page. And certainly we want to end the note to remind all of you, you all have the power of courage, and we are deeply inspired, motivated by you. And the reason why I picked up Valor, in fact, is a very beautiful essential oil that actually allows us to use the sense of smell to activate our spirit, the calmness, and that valor in all of you. I know it sounds a little bit funny, but we have to somehow remind ourselves that courage is always in all of us, so that we don't get disempowered or we don't feel fearful when we have to act in spite of fear. That would be the greatest message to all of you, to all of us. Before we end the year 2023, I think it's so important to exercise our courage so we don't get overwhelmed when things don't go according to our way. With this, thank you so much for staying back, and we love you from the bottom of our hearts. And let us all give each other, yourself, a big hug, reminding yourself the courage is always inside of you. Manage whatever is inside of you. Manage whatever is in front of you, manage whatever is at the back of you. Thank you, thank you. So with this, we shall now stay back for a quick meeting, a quick chat and all that. And do feel free to unmute yourself now. Share with us one thing that you want to kick off with the power of courage. One fear that you want to kick off. Okay? All right. The meeting is officially adjourned, but we still want to hear from you. So Deanna, I'm going to highlight you, spotlight you, because you have done so well over